All right, folks, I do apologize for the, I believe it was a lag out on my end. We are getting right back in the server. Again, this is the second round of the second map. Noobs and War trying to force a tiebreaker, winning the first round by 51 tickets, Slap winning the first map. So, you know, they could still take this in two, but Noobs got to feel a bit better after losing the first map kind of convincingly to Slap. I think a nice job with their map pick. They got out to a good lead in that first round. Slap did kind of come back and take the lead towards the middle part of that round, but Noobs responding right at the end to take that 51 ticket victory. Still trying to get in the server.
Yeah, so what we have right now is that Slap is going to be way ahead, 190 to 166. Like we were saying before, they're going to be able to jump out to that quick 40-ticket lead. And Noobs and War were really struggling there for a second, but it does look like they're going to be going in for a triple cap of their own. We do see Acid Dreamer going to be trying to come around on the rooftop area to clean up this last player. It's going to be Zeratul that's going to be down below, and they're going to be able to get a spawn bomb going on there. But we do have Noobs and War that's going to be slow but surely evening up that score. It's already 178 to 165, so they've done the job that triple cap was going to be needing to do. And if we're going to be seeing a game like we did last time, I believe that they will be able to make it or at least clutch the win for this particular match, albeit going to be very close match at that. We are going to be seeing C going into the favor of Slap, as well as A getting played for a little bit here, but Noobs doing a really good job. Hold on it. We'll be able to take A for just a few seconds, and now that is going to be a heavy spawn bomb there for Slap. Should be able to take that A cap for him. Noobs, though, going to get some really good spawns back here, back behind C, and they're going to be able to clean up, I believe, all of Slap, as they're going to be catching two of them right out in the open from behind. And honestly, right now, Pfeiffer needs to get his butt off of the roof and go down into B flag. He could have made a play for a nice 2-cap there to set up. So it'll be interesting to see how Noobs reacts to this as C flag is about to get taken.
Yeah, just like that huge lead that Brett was talking about has been whittled away, as it is now 156, 154 in favor of Noobs and War, looking to force a tiebreaker map. We're watching from Rob's perspective. Moving up onto the C flag, and Slap just really sticking to those rooftops, perhaps to their detriment, as you were saying, Brett. We see A flashing. It looks like a one-on-one over there. Let's watch from VUJD's perspective. He is up on that roof. Him and his teammate Reamer making short work, getting Zeratul, and it looks like VUJD is going to stay on the roof. He's almost like a dedicated roof camper at this point. Even though A is completely open right now and he needs to drop down and take control of it. I'm not really sure what their thinking is. They finally do take control of it, but C is flashing, and it's a huge showdown over there. Noobs of War, Forge is up there, takes down one, and it looks like he is going to take control of the C flag. It's 153 to 145 in favor of Slap right now, so it's neck and neck here in the second round, Brett.
Yeah, and it's like I was saying before, you know, if Noobs can keep it this even, if they can keep it even the entire time, they obviously don't even have to win the map. All they have to do is just, and that was a failed jump there by Pfeiffer, but they don't even have to win it. They just have to drag them below 50, and they'll be able to take it to a third map. Now, the thing that they have to worry about is if it goes to a third map, it's going to be to the strong point of Slap. So really, you know, are we going to be seeing a Dawnbreaker come out of it? Are we going to be seeing, you know, something that really plays to the strengths of being able to hold down lanes and cut off certain areas of the map? And if so, I think Slap is going to be having the advantage on that. Whereas Noobs and War, if it goes to more of a open map, like if it goes to a Paracel Storm or Goma Railway, I think that Noobs will have a lot better ability on that, because they are playing the super aggressive, always attacking, not really trying to leave anybody back to defend anything play style, as we're seeing more and more teams start to adopt.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Brett, and they are doing a good job here of maintaining just a rough buffer. They've got about a 20-ticket lead here in the second round, again winning by 51 tickets in that previous round. We're watching from China Rep's perspective, making a two-man push with his teammate up on a B. Shackle hanging out in the offices. It looks like one of his teammates does take him down, and B is completely open. Gonna hopefully see China Rep move up onto the burn here, although he is taking his sweet time in doing so. And it looks like the Noobs are going for a triple cap, being extremely aggressive here. China Rep taking down Zeratul in the office. B is flashing. Oh, nice double kill. Takes down Rovidia. Looking for perhaps a third. Bors does go down, so great. Oh, and he gets finally taken down from behind. So nice try there by, I believe it was China Rep. But VUJD coming in. It's a 3-on-2. It's a showdown on Bravo. All kinds of action. Rovidia goes down. Alex the Blade goes down. And it looks like Noobs and War is going to win the day on to Bravo, and they will reinforce their A-B hold. And Slap is kind of on the back foot here, needing to get something going in the second round if they want to win this match in 2 maps.
Yeah, they really need to start pressuring A, which we do have VUJD going to be making his way out towards that flank. So they are going to be really smart in that aspect of it. They need to start getting these back caps going on. But once again, we're seeing C going to get pressured here in just a second as Rob as well as Borges going to be making their way onto it. Now, once again, we're seeing Acid Dreamer up on top of the building. And you don't know how much I don't agree with them doing this. I don't really understand. We're going to be having a 4-man push over here for Noobs and War, and yeah, Slap is looking like they might be able to take it off, but really, you know, they could lose B in the process, as we're gonna have Shackle in a really good position to have a spawn bomb on himself, and the whole time C was getting nuked out, so they really didn't even have that 2-cap advantage there for you know, any period of time.
And they finally do have 2 flags here. Looking to draw a line in the sand here for this BC hold, but Noobs immediately trying to respond with a push onto Bravo. We're seeing Rob's here behind the desk at reception area. He's going to move into the office. He's going to run into China Rep, who does make short work of Rob, so reinforcing his control of Bravo. But meanwhile, it's a one-on-one over here on the C flag. Ravidia's perspective, who's been playing really strong for his team thus far. Well, only 5 and 10 actually in this round, so a bit underwhelming. It's an AC hold here for Noobs and War, 117 to 87. Again, if Slap drops below that magic 51 ticket number, Noobs will win this map and force a tiebreaker, and Slap will have to choose carefully, as they won convincingly in the first map, but looking a bit different here in the second one.
Well, you know, to touch on the fact that, you know, the KDs aren't the best, when you play this style that Noobs and War is playing, you're throwing bodies on flags. You don't expect it, honestly, if you had the best fraggers in the world and you were to play the super aggressive style, you would be an Epsilon or a Fnatic or, you know, an MYM. That's who you would be then, because those guys are able to do that. They're able to throw bodies on flags and win their gunfights and be super aggressive at the same time. Not to say that that's the playstyle of every single one of those teams, but they have the ability to do that, and that's where they would be at right now. The thing is that Noobs and War, they don't have that ability, but they're overrunning Slap every single time, and it's just Slap cannot keep up.
Yeah, they're kind of zerging him on the flags.
Exactly. So we're seeing Noobs just basically winning the attrition battle when it comes to that right there. They're just outlasting them, and they are going to be able to take B here, but we do have VJD coming from behind, able to wipe that out, so that was a nice pickup there. But at the same time, we're going to have Borges going to be able to get the C cap. So they're losing every which way. I mean, they're just flag after flag after flag, and Acid's going to be up on the rooftops once again, and he's going to allow some spawns going off over here. It does look like they were able to clean up, I believe, 1 player, so 3 players are going to be back over here for Slap, going to be able to hold on to C just narrowly, though. And I think Noobs and War made a bad judgment call there for getting a random spawn going on, shoved him all the way on the backside of A, so they're going to have to re-walk all the way over here into B.
So still a chance for Slap, although only, I believe, 19 tickets to play with, as they are at 70 tickets. We're seeing a huge push by Noobs and War on a Bravo. Shackle immediately goes down to Alex to Blade, and it looks like Borge is going to try to perhaps do a merry-go-round push onto Bravo, or maybe even go out to C, as it looks like Slap actually cleaned things up over there on Bravo, so nice job by them. This is probably going to be their last stand. If they lose a flag here and lose the burn, I got to think that Noobs and War is going to secure the victory, as they are at 69 tickets now. If they go below 51, they will lose this map. Noobs and War, 3 of them spawning on the backside of C. I got to think that they're immediately going to push up onto that flag. We're watching from Rob's perspective, coming up those back steps. He's kind of slow playing it, perhaps waiting for his teammates to get positioned on the other stairs, and that is exactly what he does. And again, Slap employing the roof, and it looks like it's actually being successful in this particular instance, as all 3 flags actually are nukes now. No one has control of a flag. A and C going in control of Slap, B going in control of Noobs and War, and it looks like Slap is going to clean things up. So they still are in this as they retake the lead. 68 to 60 here, Brett. Tight game here in the second round.
Yeah, it absolutely is. But, you know, as soon as they get a flag going into the favor of, you know, Noobs and War, it's going to be a completely different story, as we're seeing that possibly could happen over here onto C flag, as it's only going to be a 2-on-1 situation now, as Ravidia able to get the cap there. And you're going to start seeing those tickets drain very, very fast, as they're also making a play over here onto A flag. So they might be able to get the trip cap there for just a second although B is going to be also contested at 1. So it's going to be 61 tickets to 53. And really, right now, Slap is in a lot of trouble here as they're not able to make any play on a flag whatsoever. C is going to be completely held out right now. A is just now going to be getting contested, but that was cleaned up as he tried to jump down off of the roof. So there you go. We are going to be having your winners, which are going to be Noobs and War. And yeah, so GG there. That was a great match there, and it's exactly what I was saying. You know, if Noobs and War was able to keep that close there towards the beginning and just have that even battle going back and forth, then they will be taking the win in this map. And we're going to be pushing to a third one, which I believe is going to be a Dawnbreaker for Slap.
Yeah, if I'm Slap, I definitely want to go with that linear kind of line map, just like Lockers. You performed extremely well on that one against this team. You don't want to go with a merry-go-round like this one, kind of like a Paracel Storm or even maybe a Zavod, although Zavod does favor, I think, the fraggers a bit more, so Slap would be an advantage on that one. So nice job by Noobs of War to respond here to win their map. Land King Dam forcing a tiebreaker. It's always great to see close games here in the playoffs, and of course this is why we employ the best-of-3 format, because teams can respond and perform better on a map that they are more comfortable on. Nice job, Noobs of War. We are going to a tiebreaker, and I actually appreciate the teams doing this. They're not playing out the round. They're going to immediately jump into this next tiebreaker map to keep this this game rolling. I think that's the smart thing to do. When you agree, Brett?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting on this particular matchup. I am given the heavy advantage over here to Slap. They've shown time in and time out that this type of map really suits them. They feel very comfortable on a lane style map, and this one I would say even more so than Lockers, because if you can control the upper side and the AB a push right there, you're going to be in a massive advantage. That's what you see most of these teams going for, is a very heavy AB hold, where every now and then you will be seeing some of them go for that CB hold, but it's just so hard to really hold on to it because of the fact that you don't have the positioning, you don't have the angles on upper side to cover that B flag area that you do when you're on the AB side. So it's going to be interesting to see what these teams play out. I would imagine that we're going to be seeing Slap going for an all 5-man push when they are on the Chinese side to A down into B. If Noobs and War ends up taking the Chinese side, I've actually seen them have a couple of different breakouts. They're probably going to be going for 1 down trench, maybe 2 down trench. One would poke up mid and try to go over here towards bus and B bridge, and while the other 3 go towards A. And the reason why they do that is if you can get one, you can pretty much get the back rage over there on the one guy that's capping C and just holding down that lane. End up getting a 2 cap very early, and then you just slow push up onto B flag. But once again, the problem with doing that is the fact that you don't want to have C pretty much ever in this matchup. You always want to have A and B.
Yes, as we have switched over to the third map, and just like you said, Brett, great prediction. They have selected Dawnbreaker. I think that's a good choice, like you said, for Slap. We are going to wait for this one to go live. I guess perhaps a bit of a short break, as Slap does have one player who has dropped. So great to see this really close matchup, and perhaps we'll get a little bit of an update on the brackets while we're waiting. Actually, I'm going to run a quick commercial for you guys as we're waiting for this next map to start. It's just going to be a quick 60-minute commercial. We appreciate you guys watching it. It supports the stream. It supports CEVO. So we will be right back with the conclusion of the Slap Noobs and War matchup. It's the tiebreaker map on Dawnbreaker, so stay tuned. We'll be right back, folks. That was painless, you know, just a short little 60-second commercial. So while we're waiting, we're going to talk a little bit about CEVO again and what's going on over at CEVO. Of course, this is the Battlefield 4 CEVO Beta Cup. We call it Beta because it's kind of a test cup. Battlefield 4 is a new game. We want to see how the rules work out. We've tweaked those a little bit for the finals, but we do have a full season that is open now for signups. I think we've got around maybe 35 or 40 teams signed up. Probably 75% of those have readied up. So if you haven't signed up already and you're interested in getting in on the action, definitely go over to CEVO.com and sign up. Of course, the crowdfunding has now been released, where basically that means if you want to donate money towards the prize pool for any particular game, whatever it may be, you can do so. All of that money is going to go into the prize pool. CEVO does not take 1 cent of it for their cut. So if you want a bigger prize pool, certainly go and donate and do that over at CEVO.com. As I do believe we are about to go live here on the tiebreaker map. It's winner take all and move on to the winner's bracket final. The loser will move to the loser's bracket. Noobs of War against Sounds Like a Plan. And as Brett and I have said, we got to think that Slap probably the favorite here on this map, as it's very similar to Lockers, which they did win.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be. It looks like Slap is actually going to be having a 5-man push over here towards B flag, towards A flag, as we are seeing all of their players facing out towards the trench to kind of go that back way. So yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to be seeing. One just ended up, I don't even know what the deal is there, but he ended up pulling his parachute. That was amazing. Yeah, so they're going to be doing a full push down into A flag, and I guess they have some delay spawns by VUJD. But we will be seeing the standard from Noobs in War. They're going to be pushing 3 up into mid, 1 over there onto side, or 1 on upper side and 1 over on the highway. A massive push here, actually, from Noobs in War. That was going to be Ravidia. Ends up getting taken down by Acid Dreamer, and it's just going to be up to the slow push here from Slap, as Noobs in War will be able to come out to a slight victory here at the beginning.
Yes,
I think we may actually be not live. No, we are live. Never mind. We are live.
Yes, we do see Noobs of War. Nice breakout. Only lost 1 ticket thus far. They have maintained control of B and C. And look at that. They are maintaining their aggression, immediately pushing up to Alphas. We do see one of them go down. Ravidia coming through the backside. He knows there's 2 more slaps there. It's Alex Toblady. He gets caught with his pants down trying to reload and gets made short work of. So perhaps that aggression not paying off for them. But Shackle is still there. Slap doesn't see him coming. Oh, but he can't get the gun out. I'm not sure if he was going for the revive or if he was trying to get the 5th kill, but not a smart play there by him, and Slap is going to clean things up on A, and they are going to make a push on a Bravo as well, so perhaps that aggression was not a good move for Noobs of War, as it doesn't particularly work on a map like this.
Well, it's high risk, high reward right there. If you push into A like that, you obviously cannot hold anything off onto B. B flag is a terribly hard flag to hold if you just have one guy in upper A or upper side, which is what we saw. They have to take A flag there. I was very surprised that we didn't see any random spawns there for Slap, because they could have actually had a guy spawning back behind C and cap that flag out from underneath them. But you know, maybe this was their plan all along, is they are going to be able to control A and B. And as we stated before, this is really the strong hold that you can have. We're going to be having 3 in mid. One's probably going to be pushing upper side here in just a second, with 1 sitting on long A, going to be able to hold this down. So this is actually Slap looking really good right now.
Yeah, Slap is committing to trying to take control of that upper side. I believe they do finally get the wipe, as Tropicals and Acid Reamers both heading over here. It's 178, 168 for Noobs of War. So again, kind of a similar breakout that we saw in a previous map, where Noobs jumping out to an early lead, but being a bit too aggressive, and Slap taking advantage. So we do see a BC or an AB hold in favor of Slap. That is the stronghold. Ravidia for Noobs of War is moving up in the rugs there, and it looks like he's going to go for a back cap at Alpha, but China Rep is there with VUJD, takes him out. It's a 2-on-1, and it looks like VUJD is going to clean things up. But no, it's still a huge push by Noobs of War. Burge, it looks like Borge is the last one there, and finally he does go down. China Rep and VUJD cleaning things up. Nice job by them. But watch from Shackle's perspective, he's trying to push up on the upper side of B, and he goes down as well. And Slap weathering the storm here. A nice line in the sand, as you can see from the tabletop, and all of Noobs of War spawning on to C side. So again, Slap looking to jump out to an early lead with VUJD 11-3 thus far. Strong start from him.
Yeah, we really need to see just an all-out push over here towards A, which they are going to be able to win the battle against China Rep. China Rep goes down, but VUJD will be moving back towards the entrance here to try and hold this off. We also have Alex Blade, who's going to be down below. Oh my god, going in a reload war right there, ends up losing on a Borges. So they are losing C right now, but honestly, this is the right move, okay? They're going to be forcing Slap onto that C side. They're already going to be onto B, pressuring that, and this is the hold that they want. So while it did look a little bit hairy there for a second, this is what they need. They need to have that A-B hold and push down into mid. Now, they don't need to get too crazy. Again, the problem with Noobs in War in the previous matches that they're just way too aggressive, which we're seeing Borges, for whatever reason, decided to go wait on the C instead of trying to push it onto B flag. So I think that Noobs might be in a lot of trouble here just because they don't have the mindset to play this map.
Yes, this over-aggression is not paying off thus far, as Slap has jumped down to a roughly 32-ticket lead. B is being noose, and it looks like Slap, Alex the Blade, is in position to take control of it, and they're doing a really nice job of maintaining control of upper side. We see Asher Dreamer over there. He's going to be fighting with Zeratel, and he's actually playing as a bit of a mobile spawn beacon over there, as we see VUJB spawning on Reamer. And he's going to come back and give him his... Oh, he's a nade for way downtown from Noobs at War. B is flashing. It looks like they are going to clean things up, but they have to get control of that upper side, as it has kind of been the thorn in their side thus far on the B flag, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely. And now they are going to be able to get the control of it, but now we're seeing a really nice spread out here from Noobs in War. They're going to be able to get Zeratul up here onto this upper side. He really does not need to die. He has to stay alive right there, because it's going to force, it's really going to force Slap in an uncomfortable position here, but he ends up pushing out and going down himself. And now we're going to be seeing a potential situation where Slap is going to be making a heavy push over here towards planners and into A, which is exactly what's going to happen. Alex is going to be making that right now. We do have Borges going to be pressuring in onto C flag, but here's the thing. I mean, you know, they're just going to be able to flip it in just a second. We do have two Shackle and Rob, a massive spawn bomb over here actually by Noobs to keep A, which they absolutely have to keep that flag. And now we are going to be seeing a double gaming situation, but China Rep able to clean that up over there onto Borges, will be able to get the cap himself. And if you're just looking at the frag department right now, Slap is definitely winning in it. We're at 14-7, VUJD, 10-7, Alex Blade. So they're holding their own and then some on these frags, and it's really, really showing at this moment.
Yeah, it's a roughly 40-ticket lead for Slap here in the first round of the tiebreaker. Again, you know, this is for all the marbles for this match. Whoever wins this will move on to the winner's bracket final. The loser will be relegated to the loser's bracket. And it's a big showdown over on the upper side of B, and Zeratul going on a 2-on-1 against Acid Reamer and Alex Blade, and of course not winning that one out. It's hard enough for these guys to take a 1-on-1, let alone a 1-on-2. Boards desperately trying to survive under a fury of nades, a deluge of nades, and it looks like Noobs will win the day, take control of Bravo. It's an A-B hold, and Noobs needs to set up a line in the sand, but already Slap being extremely aggressive and pushing up onto that B flag. We're watching from Acid Reamer's perspective, hiding behind a box, comes out, oh, Zeratul gets the best of him there, takes him down. Looks like Alex the Blade is going to try to respond and perhaps take down Zeratul, who took down his buddy. He's running up the planners, using him as steps. He does catch Zeratul sleeping, takes him down, and it's a BC hold for Slap. And 131 to 87, not looking good for Noobs in this first round of the tiebreaker, Brad.
Yeah, they really, really need to start stepping it up right now, as they're about to be triple capped here in just a few moments, because honestly, this is not a strong map for them. They came out swinging. Yeah, they had a little bit of a lead there, but they're going to be playing the harder side next round. So they're going to be playing on the Chinese side. And you definitely do not want to be going into round number 2 at a deficit like this, as they are about 60 tickets behind here. And this is not looking good, because Slap is just slowly but surely picking away at them. They're winning all of their battles. A flag is now going to be going into their possession here, as really Noobs just getting caught on the bad sides of the map right now. We have two of them going to be pushing over here on the side and upper side. One is going to be trying to make his way down over here onto highway, but they're just leaving a lot of holes, and they're not really able to coordinate. I mean, just like there, we just had one player going down. It was Zeratul, who went down by Acid, and Shackle had the opportunity to make a pickup there on the upper side, and he didn't. He tried to make a push in on speed. And that's kind of, at this moment, I think we're seeing Noobs just kind of falling apart comm-wise. They're getting a little bit frayed, and this is the point where teams just, they don't work together very well.
Yeah, this is I think one of the terms you'll hear, it's kind of a poker term, is teams going tilt, where essentially they just kind of fall apart and start just they're not staying in constant quick communication. They're kind of all doing their own thing, just in desperation mode, because nothing seems to be working. As Slap has Noobs of War under their thumb with a triple cap here. It's a 125 to 46 ticket lead, and Noobs of War finally getting control of upper side here, and this is something they've lacked pretty much this entire round, and I think this is something they really need to parlay into some map control. But it looks like Alex the Blade already responding. Slap really knows how important this upper side of B is, and they've done a nice job so far in this map in controlling it, and it's parlayed into almost a 100 ticket lead for them thus far.
Yeah, now Noobs is going to be making another press over here onto to B flag, as one's going to be going down through B bridge. The other one's going to be trying to make his way up through mid, and this can work if they clear it out, and they are going to be doing that. Nice job there, actually pinching them out really well. They will be able to take B here in just a few short moments, but they really have to make sure they don't get wiped here. They need to be staying alive, and 3 bodies just went down as I said that. Zeratul and Revidia are the only ones that are going to be left up, and it's going to leave B completely wide open here. As we've stated before, you can't really defend B from upper side. We're going to see Alex sitting underneath B stairs, and Shackle, it's going to force Shackle down to have to actually move and to get the kill, and that's going to be getting them out of position. They've already lost the cap on B. It will slowly go back in their favor, but the fact that they have to keep getting on that cap is what hurts them.
Yeah, because it's such an exposed position to get on the Bravo burn. There are so many different positions that you can get shot from, as we do see Noobs of War going down to that 20 ticket mark, and they are losing Bravo, as Slap has responded beautifully to pretty much everything they've been doing. Is a triple kill, oh, almost a triple kill from Tropicals. He does get 2 of them, can't quite get the third. We're watching from VUJD's perspective. He's on the B burn, takes down Robs, secures control of Alpha, and it looks like, oh, he's got a honeypot right in front of him, but he's smart and kind of retreats. His teammates are going to make short work of this short stairs push. As you hear the telltale music turn on, another kill for VUJD. Nice little run here on Bravo. That's a headshot. He sees one more above him. That's Burge in Lounge. 7 tickets remaining, and it looks like Slap is going to end this on a triple cap. Cherry on top. Perhaps another 100 ticket victory on a similar map. This is looking just like Operation Lockers, Brett.
Yeah, this is exactly what it is. I mean, the fact of the matter is that it's not playing to the style of being super aggressive. Slap played that out very well. They were very smart and calculated in each one of their pushes. They knew, you know, okay, Noobs and War just made a 5-man push over here onto A. We'll push down into C, and we'll end up getting the picks slowly, and then we'll just make a 5-man push of our own, retake A, and then, you know, force them back out. And that's exactly what they did every time. Noobs, on the other hand, you know, when they could have went for a B push, while they had A, they ended up going for a back rage trying to get onto C flag to go for a double gimme. And you just can't do that on that map. You have to have the 2 flags that are closest to each other. It just splits your team too much. And you can't, in Battlefield 4, you can't really hold a double gimme that well. It's almost impossible with the way this game works. So really, you need to be seeing, you know, Noobs has to start getting those flags that are closer together. Even if it's C and B, they just need to stop trying to go for these double gimmies.
And I would also add, I think they need to perhaps commit 2 guys to that upper side. In general, it seemed like Slap was using 1 guy over there, Reamer, but whenever he needed some support, he would have a guy spawn in on him to help them control that upper side, and they were doing a good job of that, whereas Noobs just kind of, they had control of it momentarily, but it was never for a significant amount of time. I think they spent a bit too much time and manpower efforts pushing on to another flag, whereas maybe they could have reinforced that upper side to try and maintain control of that linchpin point, that Bravo point, which is obviously the most important on this map. So Noobs and Wars backs up against the wall here in the tiebreaker, a 102 ticket victory for Sounds Like a Plan. Obviously they were in the driver's seat, as this was much like how the first map played out, as they won by 100 tickets. And, you know, despite losing the second round, they basically coasted to a victory. They won, I believe it was 100 to 36, and that's really all they're going to have to do here in round 2. Not a lot of pressure, just make sure it stays close and you don't let them get out to a huge lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to be seeing the same exact strat that we saw before from each of these teams on both of the breakouts. It's a five-man push up into A for Noobs in War right now. They will be able to get the A cap and slow push down. And it's really going to be, how are they going to be reacting at this first go? Are they going to be winning their gun battles? If so, then they will be sitting really, really nice from the get-go and able to prevent really that massive, lead that we saw Noobs and War get onto Slap while they were on flip sides. Now we do have a slight back rage happening over here for China Rep, and he is going to be shooting back and forth, so they do know that he's there. So that's really not going to be doing anything at all. But the thing is right now is that Alex is going to have a beautiful back rage here in just a second if he's going to be able to take out Zeratul. And he doesn't.
Oh, yep. It looks like Zeratul did get the drop on him, and it looked like we did have Borge, who was trying to be aggressive again for Noobs in War, but he gets made short work of by BUJD and Tropicals. Again, Reamer on the high side with his teammate Alex to play. Oh, bravo. And it looks like we're getting a couple of the Noobs in War guys getting bunched up behind the planter side again. We're seeing Ravidia here, Rugs area. Oh, he goes down to VUJD Shackle. He's out in the streets, not really sure what he wants to do here. I think he's probably going to try to make a push on the Alpha. Some shots out on to China Rep. He's not really doing any damage here, and it looks like we're going to switch over to Rob's perspective. Takes down BUJD, drops a med pack for himself in lobby. And again, Slap doing a nice job of holding the burn, and Noobs in War playing from the back foot. They can't waste much time here because, again, they're down by 102 tickets. Every single ticket counts here. If they drop below 102 tickets, they will be moving to the losers bracket, and Slap will be moving on. As it looks like Noobs is going to make a two-man push here onto the Bravo flag and just being too aggressive. They're not peeking their corners and just kind of running out into the open, and Slap is taking advantage here as Alex to play getting a nice two-piece on two of the Noobs guys pushing on the Bravo. But meanwhile, A and C are both Noobs. Slap is going to take control of A. Noobs going to take control of C, and there's that BC or that AB hole Brett, and they are set up perfectly to contain this or Slap.
Yeah, and they have 100. They've lost 7 tickets this whole round, and Noobs is on the back foot here. They can't win, but they can't lose. Really, once they get to 102 tickets, it's going to be game over. And I'm not seeing any kind of a play from Noobs right now, as they did put up a good fight, on Lansing Dam, and it just goes to show you that the map choices can be really, really critical here for both of these teams. As Noobs is just trying to fight their way out of it, but honestly, it just does not go to their playstyle at this particular time. As it's going to be 193 to 133, and it's just I mean, quickly going into the favor of Slap here, as they're just winning battle after battle. 2 players from Noobs end up going down into mid. Now there's going to be a play over here for A, but as there's a play for A, we're also going to be seeing C getting onto at the moment. And while you may say, okay, well, B is also going to be flashing, yeah, but they do have control of upper side, and they have 2 players that are going to be able to get down and reinforce this. So they're really not looking in bad shape whatsoever. And you got to remember here, guys, they have a lot of tickets to play with. So they can just take this very calm and collective, slow, and just really at this point, they could just win it by attrition. They don't even have to have that second flag anymore. They can just start getting those picks. But, Slap not slowing down here, already going to be getting all the way around back behind A. Noobs neglecting to send somebody over there on that long A side. And we are going to be seeing a double gimme for Slap.
And perhaps that traditional mistake that we see a lot of teams make, trying to reinforce the flag that is being taken by a heavy force, in this case 3 men from Slap, instead of trying to respond to that second flag. They're wasting a lot of time here, time and tickets that they really don't have. It's that double gimme hole, but Slap's going to be smart here. They're not going to be content with that double gimme. They're probably going to try to rotate and try to take control of B's. We do see Acid Reamer is in position. He takes out one in the lobby area and probably going to move, yes, he is going to move up onto the A burn, or the Bravo burn with his teammates, perhaps. No, it looks like Noobs is going to try and reinforce it. It's a 2-on-1 there, and Slap is coming from cut area. Oh, it looks like Ravidia is going to get a back rage. Maybe not. No, throws a nade up into the bridge area. He's going to try to come up into Rugs, take one out, and they are quickly approaching that 100 ticket mark, Brett. Actually, it's 102. They only have 6 tickets to play with, so I got to think that this match is over.
Yeah, this match is pretty much over. So, GG to both teams. Good job for Noobs and coming back in the second map and forcing it to a third. In fact, they're the only match. They're the only match tonight that actually forced it to a third map. Everybody else went down 2-0. So GG to them, really showing that they deserve to be up in that winner's bracket right now. And good job for Slap for holding them off right there. Definitely doing a great job on lockers and doing a really good job here on Dawnbreaker. And right now, Epsilon, if they're watching, you'll be able to scope out your competition, because next week, or I'm sorry, on Wednesday, it's going to be Dawnbreaker. So they're going to get a little bit of a chance to kind of check out and see how Slap is going to be playing this map. Which honestly, at this moment, I think everybody knows how you should play this map and how people are going to play it. But Epsilon did end up winning against Mayhem 2-0 in their series, and they will be going on into the winners bracket and playing on Wednesday against Slap here, who just clutched their victory. So
there you have it. Yes,
GG's there, and that means that Mayhem is going to be dropping down into the losers bracket for round number 6. And they're going to have a little bit of a break here up until around the 5th of February. They won't really have anything to play as they wait for these teams to get on going. But we do have, I believe it's going to be Noobs and War will be jumping down into the round of 6 as well. And so they're going to have a break until about the 5th of February. It's going to be about 2 matches, I believe. Flock Gaming is going to be going up against No Mercy, as Exertus NA did end up forfeiting their match. And so that's going to be an interesting one there. I do believe that No Mercy is going to have the advantage in that setup right there. And then we have Faction Esports versus Assault Team. I don't know about this one. I think this is one that we're going to try and cast if we can, because Assault Team did beat Warchild 2-0, and they beat him quite handedly.